All right, so I just wanted to give a little bit of a breakdown as to how to use the statistics calculator in DeltaMath. So the example that we have here, write a linear regression, okay, linear regression equation for the following data. Make sure we round all coefficients to the nearest thousandth, okay? So we're going to come back to that information. So I have a table here. Now, if we had the graphing calculators, we would have to plug all these numbers into L1, L2, and go through all these stat edit, stat calc, and whatnot. But this DeltaMath calculator actually makes it a whole lot easier for you guys. When we get any problem here, I'm going to click copy values for calculator. Okay. Then I'm going to open statistics calculator here. Okay, so this comes up with L1, L2. I'm going to hit paste values. Okay, so I don't have to do any typing. I don't have to worry about any mistakes. Everything is right here. So I'm going to go back to my problem. It says linear regression. Okay, so I'm going to go to my main menu. So my edit was allowing me to enter information. I'm going to go to calc menu. And the sub menu, since we said we were doing linear regression, I'm going to select this choice here. Now, if it was quadratic regression, I would select quadreg. If it was exponential regression, I would do expreg. Those are the three that we're going to focus on in this assignment. So I want linear regression here. I'm going to keep the diagnostic off for now. I'm going to press calculate. Write these numbers down, or this information down. Y equals ax plus b. Now this is the general equation of a line since we're doing linear regression. A equals 4.1998 and b equals negative 7.3239. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, now remember I wrote these numbers down on a separate piece of paper. I'm going to go back to my DeltaMath. It says round all to the nearest thousandth. So it could say tenth, could say hundredth, thousandth, whatever it may be. So down below, I'm going to press y equals, because it's going to give me the equation. Now, if I want thousandth, okay, and please disregard my handwriting here, A was 4.1998. Okay, I can't write with the mouse here. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So here is what I'm rounding to. I'm checking the 8. Does the 8 bump this up? It does. Okay, so this now goes to 10, which bumps this up to 10, which bumps this up to 2. So A is 4.2, and just for place value purposes, I'm going to put 4.200. So A is 4.200 x, x always stays as is, and b was negative 7.3239. Okay, so again, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Does the 9 bump it up? It does, so this becomes negative 7.324. Now, you can do plus negative 7.234, or you could just put minus 7.324. Okay, so here's my general equation again, y equals, so I have that there. I'm going to press submit answer. This is going to come up. Are you sure? I'm going to erase that in a minute. I'm going to press yes. And I got it right. Okay, so here is linear regression. I'm going to do exponential and quadratic just so you have them all. A quadratic regression equation for the following data, rounding all coefficients again to the nearest thousandth. So my first step is to copy values for calculator. I'm going to click Open Statistics Calculator. When this comes up, I'm going to paste values. Paste values won't show up if you don't click Copy Values. Okay, so here's my L1, L2. If I made a mistake, I could always press the X here. So I want to go to Calc menu. My sub-menu, I want quadratic regression. I can keep diagnostic off and I can click Calculate. So now I need to write these values down. Okay, if you notice, a quadratic has the general equation y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. and write all these values down. Negative 0.9224, B equals 40.3125, and C equals negative 180.4868. So I'm going to go back to my screen here. Y equals, okay, so A was negative 0.9224. 0.9224 tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So the 2 is in the thousandths place. Does the 4 bump this 2 up? It does not. So that stays negative 0.922. Negative 0.922x. Now we have to use the little caret there, the number above the little symbol above the 6, to get my squared. Okay, I could press the right arrow to get down. Plus, now B is 40.3125. The 5 does bump that up. X. And then again, C, I could do plus negative, or I could do minus 180 point. Does the 8, so the 6 is in the thousands, does the 8 bump it up? It does. So this is negative 180.487. 487. Okay, so again, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. I hit submit answer. Yes, and I got it right. Okay. Regressions here is exponential regression. And in this case, we're going to round everything to the nearest tenth. So we lucked out here, no more thousandths. So I want to go to copy values for calculator. I want to click open statistics calculator. I'm going to go to paste values. Again, everything is there. So I want to go to calc menu, and my sub menu here, I want exp reg, okay, exponential regression. Leave diagnostic off. I go to calculate, and here's where I want to write this down. Y equals A times B to the X. A equals 265.53. B equals 1.07. Now here I only wrote down 5.3 because I was rounding to the nearest tenth here. Okay, the other ones I wrote down 4 decimal places because I needed to round to the thousand. So I am deciding how many numbers I'm writing down. If you write them all down, it's fine. So I go back to my DeltaMath here. Y equals, now my A value, 265 to the nearest tenth here. So 5, does the 3 bump it up? No. So this stays as 265.5. And what I like to do is I like to put this B value in parentheses. Okay, if you notice, once I start one of them, it has to give me the end result. So my B value, 1.070 is my tenths. Does the 7 bump it up? Yep. So this becomes 1.1. I close the parenthesis. And remember, I need that little caret. If you look here, that caret symbol, again, that's above the 6 on your keyboard. So you would have to press that, and that's going to give you the exponent. And there's where the x goes right there. So A times B to the x. I click submit answer. Are you sure? Yes. And look at that, we got it right. Okay, so here was a linear, quadratic, and exponential regression example and how to use this calculator on DeltaMath. So hopefully this helped, and thanks a lot, guys.